Welcome to PKC This Week. Where we talk all things professional kennel club. Found only on Cane Stream Media. Brought to you by Elite Nutrition, Joy Dog Food, and the Professional Kennel Club. Now, let's start the show.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is another PKC this week, and I am joined by Mrs. Kristi Denny. It is a hot one here, Kristi. I assume it is blazing in Georgia.
It is. It is warm, to say the least.
You and Brett been hunting here a little bit lately, and it's not been pleasant.
No, it has not been very pleasant at all. The only thing that's pleasant, and they've about got me talked into it, is Daryl Guess has been bringing his Polaris over here, and it's got air conditioner. So
that's not so bad.
You can find me in the back seat of that anytime they're hunting.
Well, we got a busy week coming up this week in PKC. We've got some big hunts that are available. Just starting to be able to get entries for those. We got some Pro Classics coming up. We've got the big one, the Jarvis Umphers Memorial, which I've been out every night trying to get my dog prepared. I know Jason Daugherty was on Facebook the other day saying it takes a lot of luck in Junction. And I said, well, that's great because that's all I got going for me. It's a pretty lucky guy. Let's just go with that. So, yeah, it is the Jarvis Umphers Memorial this weekend. I know Brett has a couple entries. Going to be it's always a miserable hunt, but it is usually the who's who of PKC that is attending an event like that.
It is. It is. There will be no lack of dog power for sure, to say the least.
No, and it is a hard place to win. I'm trying to remember who was all in last year. I know Daugherty got in last year, and I can't even remember who else, but it was maybe one of the Burdens. I know Kevin Cable got in the Final Four that last year. So every time we go down there, it's always, the big hitters. And so how crazy is it with the Jarvis Umphers Memorial and the Michael Moody Memorial, $100,000 given away to a coonhound and a handler?
It's crazy. When you talk to somebody that doesn't coon hunt, they're like, do what? Are y'all? Are you sure? You got that right? You didn't mean $100?
So Brett got in at the last one at the Michael Moody. He got second, didn't he?
He did. He got second.
Yeah, second at the truck hunt.
Got to finish,
Yes, always the bridesmaid, never the bride. I told him last time, but hey, I will take second if I get down there, and if Brett gets first, I hope I'm second.
That's what. I'm not gonna lie, Josh, and I gotta give you a hard time for it. I'm surprised to see you handling at the $100,000 hunt. I didn't know
if it wasn't for the dog doing like he's doing, and the fact that I did happen to sell pretty much everything else I own, so I've only been able to concentrate on him. I would not have made that call to get that entry, but it's hard to pass up a chance at $100,000 when your dog's looking good.
It is. It is.
So if Brett gets in, is he going to hunt or split?
I'd say he's going to probably. Well, he wanted to split last time, but they hunted.
What do you want him to do?
Until you're in that situation, until you're sitting there and they're going down the line, hunter split. You can say you'll hunt all day, but pulling the trigger is different.
Well, I have button hooked myself to the point that I've always made fun of them, or I've never really made fun of them. I understand it to a point, but I feel like it is a hunt that should be hunted off. And so if I happen to get lucky enough to get a couple of cast wins and get in the Final Four, I got to hunt now. I've been running my mouth too much.
You'll probably get the fourth. That's usually how it works out. The one who wants to go back out loses. What is it?
I think fourth plays what, 15,000?
Yeah, it's like, let's see. I told you not to be
I
asking,
can't, I
but no,
think it's 130 some, 20 some, 15, I think.
something like that. That's pretty
It's
close.
$160,000 total final purse. I do know that.
Yeah, I do
But
know
yeah,
that.
it would be hard for me to pass up a chance at 100 grand.
It's 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 a hunt like no other. I'll put it that way.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
you only a handful of people can say I won $100,000, and
Yes. So I think there are
that is
what,
crazy.
four winners now?
Yes,
I
something like
think
that. We've got.
Gilmore, Engel,
Mhm.
um
I
trying to
just
think of
remember
the
off
others.
my head. Oh, we did this every time. Every
Yeah.
time.
That may have been two. That may have been the only two that got hunted off.
No, I thought there was another
Oh no,
one.
it was Steve Sykes. Steve Sykes
Yeah,
with Lightning. Yes,
with
those
lightning.
are the $300,000 winners, I believe.
Yeah, and Steve, old Lightning, he's done pretty good down there in
He's
Vicksburg.
won $160,000 at that hunt alone, or $140,000 at that hunt alone, because he got in the next year and they split.
And I know the first time that he came, he won his cast. We got beat, semifinals, but
Yeah.
that dog's been a contender each time. So
And it's a really good deal. You get one cast win, you get your entry fee back plus $1,000. I mean, it's about the best bang for the buck, as far as a PKC event, and you got a chance of really making some money.
yeah, I agree. It's
You're
I
still
love
looking to see what fourth place pays, aren't you?
it. Look, and I'm still. You see me over here like looking out the side of my eye. I'm like, yeah, oh, it's pulling. Let's see. Fourth place is 15.5. Second is 34. Third is 24. And the split is 43,375. So that
So
is.
it is a tough decision. I get why people split. That's a big hit from 43,000 down to 15,000. But
Yes.
I look at it differently as I came there with a $4,000 entry. The worst I can make is $11,000.
Yeah.
But I have a 25% chance in theory of coming home with 100. I'm a gambler. I'm taking that.
You got to. You don't have a choice. You just ran your
Yep.
mouth too many times.
I'm guessing I won't have to worry about it, but in case I do,
You'll just be their video in the final round.
that's right.
You'll be there either way.
We've got some other stuff coming up. I seen that there is another PKC truck hunt going on in Reading, Michigan. I believe the date on that is July 11th and 12th.
Let's see. I don't want to tell you wrong, so I'm going to tell you right. It is July. No, July? Yeah, July 18th. Yep.
Oh, July 18th.
17th and 18th.
I got you. I got you. So those entries just went on sale. They probably won't last long. They usually don't for the PKC truck hunt. Reading, Michigan, good place to have a hunt. Lots of coons. Weather's going to be nice. So if anybody's looking for another good bang for your buck, with a low entry fee, chance to win a $40,000, $50,000 truck, that's a pretty good deal there too.
It is. It is. They don't get much better. And then Crowell has a $5,000 hunt that weekend. $5,000 entry fee
Yeah.
hunt that weekend. So they're going. They've got a little bit going on right here.
What about Cross Plains? Don't you got something going on at Cross Plains too?
Yes, it's a new one. It hasn't been advertised yet. I'm making the ad as we speak. I just got the payout. It's going to be a $2,500 64 dog entry. And it is July the 25th. Yeah, July the 25th.
Cross Plains, Indiana.
Cross Plains, Indiana.
Well, that's going to be an interesting format there. The payout of that hunt's going to be really good with 64 dogs.
It should. If it fills, of course, first place will get $50,000. So it's halfway to the $100,000 mark.
Yeah.
We'll get, second gets 35, third gets 20, and fourth gets 10,000, and the split would be 28.75
Oh, they're splitting that.
for sure. I would think.
Yeah.
I would think.
They're splitting. I'd split that one. I would split that one.
That's a pretty good one. I think I'd have to
Yes.
think about it.
And then we have big news on the earnings front. Congratulations to Dual Murphy and Heather Allen crashing out.
Yes, that is uh, definitely a lifetime amount that I thought I would not see broken when Zeke got to where he was. And then Crash has just superseded it and has a long ways to go, in my opinion.
Yeah, Crash is just a 6-year-old dog, I believe. He's
Mhm.
still sharp. He's still winning. That could be, I mean, you don't want to ever say it because anything could happen with these dogs. You look at dogs like Screamer, who's been battling all kinds of ear ailments and stuff like that for so long, and she had won $200,000 as like a 2-year-old or something like that, you know. And so anything can happen with these dogs, but man, Crash has just been so consistent. But Z's still kicking.
Yeah.
Um, is Oliver still hunting Z? Are there any plans to hunt Z? Do you
I'm
know?
not, I'm not really sure. I know that Z was down in Florida. So hot right now, it's really hard to hunt. So
Yeah,
not get something ate up, but I'm sure Z is not completely out of the picture. He
yeah,
never really is. They'll say they're retiring him 50 times and he comes back and
yeah.
shoves something down their throat real quick. So,
Wouldn't that be something if Oliver packs Z up the junction this weekend and wins $100,000 duel? Really have his work back out for him trying to catch him
yeah,
again.
they, they just go back and forth and back and forth. But I'd say as long as Crash stays healthy and nothing happens to him, he is going to break
Yeah.
this by double if he can keep going the
Yes.
way he's going.
He's also in the right hands with Ike and Nancy behind him and dual handling him, and he can go to all the hunts. And he's such a consistent cast winner that, you know, when you think of these all-time winning dogs, you think of, I don't know, Molly and Cracker and um, Meltdown and Ruby and Z and all this stuff. The consistency is what really pays off with these dogs. They just win for so long.
Yes, they do. And it's crazy to know that Crash hasn't even been pushed his whole life. Like he just really
Yeah.
started getting pushed. So just
It's
imagine what he could be.
crazy to think that Duel's only been a PKC member since like 2018 or something.
No, it's like it's it's crazy. I
Yeah.
think Dole
The
can
good news is
if
that,
he
that
wanted to.
Duel didn't pass me in earnings until just 6 years ago.
When he started, when he
That's
started.
right. It was about 2 months after he started.
I mean, he could win with a poodle. I mean,
Yeah.
he's good though. I mean, he
No,
deserves it. He stays in the woods. He's always hunting. And he puts in the work with them. So
no, he does. And of
congratulations to
course,
Dee.
all of the Ike's handlers do. You know, you look at Brett and now Weed's back with Ike and Duel, and all these guys are super hard hunters. They're hard to beat. The Heather Island crew's hard to handle at an event, especially like Junction.
They are. They're really good at getting second. Really. I pick at Brett about it and I pick at Duel about it. Anytime they get second or third, I'm like, y'all got it wrapped up.
Yep, yep. No,
I
I
think
think that's all we got. It's a big week coming up for PKC. I know we're going to keep this short. I'm packing. You're busy. Brett's getting ready to hit the road. Is he on the road yet, or is he heading out tomorrow?
not yet. I think he's going to head out tomorrow night. So we are
Yeah.
getting him packed up and out of here.
All right, Kristi. Well, you got anything to add before we shut this off?
No, just everybody have a good one. Come out and see us. And I do want to give a shout out to everybody who went up to Youth Nationals and to
Mm-hmm.
Chris Freiberger and everybody who was up there. You are so appreciated, more than you know. And I can't say thank you enough. Everybody did
Amen.
a great job. It was spectacular.
All right, I love it. The Youth Nationals went off without a hitch. We're hoping the truck or the $100,000 hunt does the same this week. And so, yeah, we'll keep you posted, and we'll see everybody next week.